Welcome to Married to Movies. Industry insiders John Russell and Tracy Kring live and work happily in cinematrimony. They're sharing behind-the-scenes adventures of writing, producing, and appreciating films.
Good morning, babe.
Good morning, babe. Well, you were singing a Christian, old Christian spiritual this morning.
I didn't mean to.
I know. You were like, this is my story. You were doing that song, which is called Blessed Assurance, right?
I don't know. The deck up there is finally getting done.
Oh, my God.
So there's this house above us on a hill, and it's been empty for 2 years.
Yes.
We finally saw them out there after years, hammering away on this deck.
Right.
They've been working on for probably the last 3 months. And you pointed out the most hysterical thing. They were literally like, okay, hold on. They were like this, hammering the deck. They were like,
it felt like, Tonka toys. It was like with a little kid, and he's got like the little wooden squares and pegs, and he's like pounding, and
yeah, I'm like, Jesus, no wonder this is taking so long.
Tracy said, are those elves up there?
They were just like, bing, 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 bing. Usually you can raise a deck in a day.
It was so hilarious.
This is not a large deck.
They are putting so little effort into this deck.
But that's the thing about effort. The less effort you put in, the longer it takes.
This is true. You're trying really hard. Bread.
I am.
So much bread.
I've not made that
There
much
is
bread.
bread everywhere.
No, there's not. No, that's a lie. I've made 2 loaves to replace store-bought bread.
Yes.
The bread that I nailed.
You nailed it.
I nailed
it. You nailed it better than they're nailing that.
For real. So, because I used dry milk and vital wheat gluten.
Yes.
Because I wanted to do like a light wheat loaf, because wheat loaves are like very often they're very dense. So I used the vital wheat gluten to kind of like add some gluten and rise to that wheat flour. It was just freaking amazing.
I just think it's so weird that when you think of bread, you have to think of yeast, and that yeast is a living thing.
It's alive.
It's so weird. And sometimes you feed
seen
the yeast.
Yeah, you feed it.
Like and it grows. That's such a weird thing.
Kombucha. When you make kombucha at home and you make that thing that forms in it, that giant SCOBY.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about, but I hate kombucha.
Well, it's this thing that happens because of like the fruit juice or some shit you put in there, and the yeast that starts forming and the fermentation process, where it forms this giant slimy plug called a SCOBY.
I remember that cartoon Scooby-Doo.
It's a fascinating process, and I'm super into it.
You should be. You know what you're not super into? Kissing me. You are not super into kissing me. So as a husband, it is my right to walk up at any moment.
Hold on, I don't like hearing it. You're right. In most moments that are not inopportune.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, you're passing somebody and you're like, la, 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 la. Oh, there you are.
Well, you kissed me and you walked up to me and then said, hey, did you just kiss back or not?
Yes. Yeah, it was a question.
Confused.
It was a challenge.
And I was like, I did. And you're like, I don't think you did.
I don't think you really did.
So just then, my mom called on FaceTime.
It was like a little bit of a Larry David routine, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It was.
My mom.
Like, I don't think you kissed back.
My mom calls on FaceTime and you say, hey, do you have this issue with Tracy that she doesn't kiss back your kisses?
Exactly.
And she
I needed
totally
confirmation.
agreed.
She did. She was like, yeah, Tracy, usually get mostly air. That's what she said. You get mostly air from Tracy's kid, which I don't even understand that. Does that mean that there was like a barrier?
Yeah. here's the thing, and I think everyone knows by now, I don't like spit drying on me.
Correct.
If I have kiss opportunities and I put chapstick on,
Yes.
or like, something on my lips, I can stand it better because
Right.
then my lips are already wet with that substance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a better kisser at that point. But just like walking around when I don't really have chapstick on or something,
Right.
yeah, my kiss is probably going to be a bit like.
We did a test. I was like, okay, let me kiss you, and
Feel you kiss back.
purposefully do not kiss back.
Oh, yeah.
That was the test. There was an experiment. It was like there was a control. Okay. You have to have your control so that you can, have your experiment. And see, thank you, 4th grade science, the one thing I learned from it. And I did it. And I was like, I thought for a second, I felt that before. Yeah.
That's a familiar sensation.
The sensation of kissing and not being kissed back.
Well, how come it's so spitty?
Schrodinger's kiss.
Why does everybody have to like open their do that or like lick your lips before? Like, why can't you just?
What about that whole what about in movies?
My lips aren't wet right now.
How do you feel? Okay, how do you feel about the
I'm
French
not
kiss?
getting spit
What
on
about
my
the French kiss? The French kiss is inside the mouth. Is that non-spitty because you were inside someone's mouth? You were down their gullet. My tongue is exploring your esophageal area.
There are very few times.
Yes.
That I have enjoyed.
Wow.
Some kind of tongue punching.
I'm gonna tongue punch that. I'm gonna tongue punch that bitch. I'm gonna tongue punch her.
No.
It's very sexy.
I don't mind the teasing.
Are you ready for a tongue punch?
The tips, just the tip.
Well, here's the problem. With us as a couple. Mm-hmm. You have very thin lips.
I do.
I have a very short tongue. Okay? People are saying, well, people are made for each other. No, they're not. No. They are not made for each other. You got to find a way to work with shit that you got.
No, it's
I have
good.
a short tongue.
It's
okay,
good.
Maybe if you had big ass lips, maybe we could compensate for that shit.
No.
But no. My tongue is short.
No, that's a good thing because I don't like tongue.
Oh.
So, if you had a giant like Gene Simmons tongue, I would just barf. Oh my God, I learned something about the tongue.
Oh, what'd you learn?
Did you know that you're supposed to have muscle control over your tongue?
Okay.
To the point where you can actually take it back down your throat and go up into your sinuses with it?
Well, you haven't been watching the right porns then, if you didn't know that.
Do we have to bring up porn every show? I'm just wondering, do we have to?
I'm sorry. You
sound like a fucking weirdo.
Being able to go into your sinuses.
You're supposed to have muscle control over your tongue that you can go backwards with it.
What?
And then go up into your sinus.
What?
Yeah.
Why would you want to do that?
I mean, I don't know, but you're supposed to be able to, and some people can.
Yeah, freaks.
Freaks
can do that.
You know that thing that connects your tongue to your jaw?
Yeah.
That's very tight for me.
That thing is scary to me. I'm always
watch a video of this.
Snapping.
Your tongue is going back and up. Watch a video of this.
I don't want to watch a video.
Practice it.
Speaking of that, I saw an interview with Aubrey Plaza, the human body weird thing. And she told a story that she had a stroke, which holy fuck. She had a stroke at
in her 20s.
Yeah, 22 or something like that.
Yeah.
And when she had her stroke, she talked about the fact that she forgot how to talk. But it wasn't she would say that I would be telling my brain to say oatmeal.
Right.
I'm telling my brain to say oatmeal. Say oatmeal. Say oatmeal. And my brain couldn't say it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, whoa, wait a second. Hold the phone. How are you telling your brain something?
Right.
Because aren't you your brain?
No.
And if you're not your brain, what is you?
You.
Or what are you?
You.
Or
it's
yeah,
you.
but see, that doesn't make any sense.
No,
But what is you?
Well, I believe.
Okay.
And this is just my belief. I believe that it's more like your body's like a car. It's like a thing.
The heart actually can think something different than the brain. So maybe the heart is you. I don't know.
I personally don't feel like you is a physical thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
The self-awareness that is us.
Well, the thing is consciousness.
Consciousness, yes.
I don't believe consciousness is a physical entity.
Okay, it's not. So when you're saying it's not a physical entity, you're saying it is not embodied within one of the physical, the heart or the brain or the body.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, so you're talking about a soul.
Yeah, I just feel like there's a you riding around in like this station wagon you've been given, or this SUV, or whatever it is. Some people are riding around in a Porsche.
Well, yeah. Why can't I be like in a
I'm
really,
like
a really good car, huh?
I'm like a 12-passenger van over here.
I like a 12-passenger van.
They are
because
handy.
You could go.
When you need a 12-passenger.
Hey, okay.
You can put a couch
let's say
in
you're
there.
a Lamborghini, but you're going to be lonely at the beach. There's just going to be you and one skinny person, okay? But if you got a 12-passenger van, man, you're going to have yourself a party. It's going to be beach blanket bingo. And you are a beach blanket bingo person.
You can put a double bed in there. A lot of the time, your brain is trying to mess with you and get you not to do stuff.
Sure.
Like the brain just wants you like kind of in a little cocoon of safety. I just found out about some crazy crap, and I can't believe I've never heard of it, even though I don't really take. I'm not into psychedelics. I've never taken them.
Correct.
But I heard this thing.
Well, you had that one psychedelic experience, so that.
That one.
Yeah, that was a really big one.
And honestly, it's really weird because what I was told when I went to outer space,
right,
was I was explained consciousness by the you. That was what they called themselves.
The me?
No, by you. That was what everything was you.
Oh, is that why we wrote that in the script?
Yeah. But I found out that there is psychedelic feminism.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Okay, wait. Okay, hang on. You did not find out there was psychedelic feminism. You found out there was a terminology called psychedelic feminism. You have not explored it yet.
No, I haven't.
No.
But this sounds amazing.
Yeah, it kind of
it's
sounds like
all these nature woman psychedelic people who are feminists.
Oh, there you go.
They're like healing the divine feminine energy through psychedelics.
Nice.
I'm like, oh my gosh, how have I never heard of this offshoot?
Yes.
I'm always familiar with like the political feminists, and they're kind of like really intense.
They're not always fun on a beach trip.
Yeah, but hey, the psychedelic feminists?
Yes. Fill a 12-passenger van with all those psychedelic feminists.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It sounds like we're about to have some fun.
Do you ever say a sentence and go, I wonder if that sentence has ever been said? I feel like fill a 12-passenger van with a bunch of psychedelic feminists has never been said before. You know what it makes me want to do? Go to space. Interior shuttle, Emmeline's room. Space. Robbie is playing the video of Ian Solange talking to Emmeline's parents about joining the Ascension Project. Matthew is holding a baby. Welcome back.
What have you done?
My dear one, our baby. The only one of its kind in the whole beautiful universe.
Emmeline starts to try and get up, but she cries out and grabs her stomach.
It's not a good idea to move around yet. I honestly am sorry things have turned out this way. I was willing to live out the rest of your lifespan together. We live so much longer, Emmeline.
Can I hold it?
Her, our daughter. Matthew hands the baby to Emmeline. He looks on in awe. You're like the Madonna, mother to things unimagined. This isn't what I planned, but it seems right.
Why did you invade my life? Why me? Why chase me down?
This isn't an invasion. This was an invitation. You wanted to know if you were alone in the universe? Surprise, you are not. The question was, how do we make contact? Monitoring your entertainment showed us direct contact was out of the question. Human history gave us the answer. Your mythology is filled with gods who become men so that they can understand humanity.
Are you the god of your people?
I am the chosen, and so are you.
I might have been chosen, but I did not choose this.
Did you ever consider we were looking for something too? All you wanted to do out here is take. Save the earth. Save us from ourselves. Why? What can you offer? Nothing. You bring nothing. My daughter and I will get on my ship and leave you and your ruddy little shuttle to oblivion.
Matthew takes the baby from Emmeline. She fights him, but her strength in comparison is insignificant. How will you feed her? How will you take care of her?
She will be the truth. She will return to what is left of your world as a queen. Goodbye, Emmeline. Say bye-bye, Mommy.
Matthew starts to walk out the door with his daughter. Robbie, security program Zeta.
Robbie turns and shoots a powerful laser that decapitates Matthew. Emmeline moves to catch the baby, but the headless body jerks backwards, keeping the baby from her. His neck glows and a tendril emerges from the stump. Emmeline cries out in disgust. He runs out of the room towards the airlock. Emmeline staggers after him, and Matthew reaches the airlock.
Priority connect.
Exterior Lyra shuttle space. An alien ship decloaks and docks with the Lyra. Matthew gets in the airlock and crosses over to his ship. Emmeline falls to the floor. The alien ship flies away into the cosmos. Interior shuttle cockpit space. Emmeline is disheveled and emotional. She types and then records a message.
To Earth, Ian Solange from Emmeline Ride, captain of the Lyra, course Kepler 186F. I broke protocol and rescued Matthew from his ship 4 years ago. We used a disruption around a binary star to pick up time, but it caused ship damage. I'm attaching those findings and reports. I didn't know Matthew had been taken over or destroyed by an alien life force. I became pregnant and had the baby, a girl, Bettina. This being ship docked with the Lyra and took Bettina with it. Robbie and I synced with its vessel, and I'm following in hopes of intercepting and getting my baby back. Judging by the speed, their technology is not much more advanced, but they understand more about travel and navigation. I'm abandoning your mission. I don't think you expected it, but possibly the life you find is much like the life you know, eager to save themselves, just like us, desperate to survive. If I reach them, I will send data from the contents of the alien vessel in hopes you could learn anything to save my family and Earth. Send.
The end.
Okay, I hated that.
Okay, you did not hate it. It just needed fleshed out some.
Oh my God, like it needs 15 more pages. Are you kidding me? Fleshed out? Fleshed out is like maybe another, action paragraph. That is like missing a whole ending. But this is the process. That's why I wanted to get through all of the readings so that people could hear what was there.
It felt a little rushed.
And then understand what it's going to become.
Right.
Because that is really the process. Yeah, sure. I'm sure you absolutely could make that movie just as it is. That's fine. And it would just be like, what the fuck at the ending? And people would just be like, well, that was a shitty movie because that ending was terrible. What the fuck happened? That happens all the time when you watch movies.
All
okay.
All right.
That's fine. But I would rather like show people what it looks like to take something that's, it's got good ideas.
Well, thank you for that.
But it's just not well written.
All right, fair enough. All right.
It's not been actually like computed through. Like, what does this look like to watch?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
I think when True Matthew's character comes out, he's a dick.
The other day you were like, I was putting all my pills in my little pill caddies, and you were like, you actually take a lot of pills.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, like, sure. But there's one that like cures me from OCD.
Mm-hmm.
There's like one that like, keeps my bones from dissolving. There's like another two that like keep my heart going. It's like, why would I care about taking these?
These are basically, it's like Harry Potter.
They're magic.
It's magic.
They're magic.
This is your wand.
And I'm just like, why would I complain about that?
Right.
Do I want to have OCD again? Do I want to feel completely out of control again?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm going to take these and feel really happy about it.
Yes.
And I'm not going to sit here and complain, how many pills I have to take. I don't think taking pills is a failure.
No.
I don't know what spirit
Going to the
it
doctor is not a
It's not a
failure. Going to the
failure.
dentist, all of these things are not failures.
It's just a way that you're taking care of yourself. And
Yeah.
if you're resisting that,
Mhm.
why are you resisting taking care of yourself?
I love great horror films. Horror to me is one of my favorite genres because it can incorporate everything. You can have comedy,
be
you
funny,
can
it
have
can be
drama, you
dramatic,
can have
yeah.
a marriage horror story, you could have,
Body
horror and monsters and everything. Okay, horror is mythology. Greek tragedy. It's Shakespeare. It's everything.
Well, I really love this one scary movie. And it's a weird scary.
Right.
Possession.
Yes.
And I think it's on it seems like it's
Anybody
weird.
who's a horror fan loves Possession.
Yeah, but it's weird because when you look at like the 20 best horror, the 50 best horror, the 100 best horror, like I've seen all of them.
Yeah, it'll be in like the 80s or 90s or something. It'll
but
be
like
way
I've
down
seen
there.
them all.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a common occurrence. Has everybody seen all horror movies?
Well,
I've seen a lot of
horror
them.
fans have.
Even like Simon, Queen
It's
of the Witches.
really fun. It's really funny to me when somebody's like, "I don't like horror movies." No, you just haven't seen horror movies. Okay, if
Or
you
you
like
get scared.
movies,
You
if
get
you like
scared.
movies, you like horror movies.
As I've gotten older,
You just haven't been introduced to like the full breadth of what is available to you.
right.
You're thinking of like, Michael Myers, okay,
Right.
which is horror,
right.
but it's like just a minuscule section of what horror is.
Yeah. There's lots of subgenres.
Oh my God.
But Possession is really interesting because, I'm never convinced of anything going on
Oh, no.
outside of just this shitty marriage.
Right. And
like,
is it really happening or is it all
or is
just,
it like
yes.
her inner,
Oh yeah.
turmoil coming to the surface?
Right.
I mean, and that scene in that tunnel with the milk.
Oh my God. Nothing ever like it. No performance.
No,
No
and that
one has ever gone further over the top.
No, and that new Omen movie tried.
Yeah.
With the nun.
She
Omen
had her
one.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah, she tried. And you see some people like, actually in Joker,
Mm-hmm.
whenever he's dancing, that kind of reminded me of one of those moments.
A little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is a possession moment. But she just, like, the way that she moves her body, like, she's like so liquefied inside herself. She's just letting it happen.
I wouldn't call it an entertaining movie. It's
No,
really, it's an art movie.
It's hard to watch.
Yeah. It's an art house
It's
horror
slow.
movie. It's very slow. It's like if Tarkovsky made a horror movie. It's
Well, that's Skinamarink to me.
well, I wouldn't say that. Oh yeah, Skinamarink. That is
you really like
beyond slow.
Skinamarink. I thought it was awful.
Well, no. What I appreciated about Skinamarink is the way that it had zero concern for the audience, and I am way too interested in entertaining an audience to ever like have no concern for like are people going to watch this? Are they going to enjoy
Did
this?
you listen to the last part of that originally?
Okay, that's fine.
Ow. So,
Ow.
what is a spooky movie that you like?
No, it's very, very simple. Check out all of the movies by Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead.
Oh, okay.
All of their movies, and they all sort of connect together. They're doing sort of a Marvel Cinematic Universe.
A world, yeah.
In like, I think over like 7 or 8 movies. Okay.
Yeah.
It's Spring, The Endless, Synchronic, Something in the Dirt.
Spring. I loved Spring.
Spring's amazing.
Spring had that kind of vibe too, about that Possession has. Like,
it's really
it was
hard to
about
make
newlyweds.
It's really hard to make a romantic horror movie.
Yeah. Yeah. But the way that they got married and then she turns into something else, like I felt
they didn't really get married. I don't think. Did
they're
they?
newlyweds.
Are they? Oh yeah, okay. They're newlyweds. Okay.
Yeah, but it had a psychological aspect to it, like that was kind of like marriage, like when you're getting married and then you're learning things about the other person and you're like, oh.
Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead very much are sort of exploring the territory that H.P. Lovecraft would explore, like multiple dimensions, different kinds of, creatures, not necessarily elder gods. Lovecraft much darker.
Yeah.
But to me, it's about the wonder of, the possibilities of other dimensions and universes.
What was that one where it was like they were going through portals in their house or something?
Mm-hmm.
Like they were floating in the air.
Yeah, that was Something in the Dirt. He's so supportive of independent film. He is on the cusp of anything new and cool, and always create. They're always creating. Their movies are really low budget movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think
they do everything.
I think their best movie is The Endless, which is sort of a cult. And
yeah, but it's also got like this family connection.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking
brothers.
Yeah, they're taking like a topic, like a kind of a psychological situation,
right,
and turning it horror.
Right, exactly.
Really cool.
Like the situation of spring is about a newlyweds, and The Endless is about the relationship that brothers have, and Something in the Dirt is about the relationship that friends have, and it really is extremely deep. It's deep stuff with these great sort of spectacle, surrounding it.
I mean, they pull off some really cool effects, and I know they're working with a low budget. So.
Justin Benson, Aaron Moorhead, any of their films, look them up, are 100% worth your time and always a great watch.
So this week, I had a very, very intense work week.
Oh, yeah, you did.
With so many things piled on top of each other.
Yeah.
So you were like, I really want to support you this week, babe, and I really want to help you any way I can. I really want to help you any way I can, babe.
Because I do.
And then you just started stressing me the fuck out.
I wasn't stressing you out.
You just started stressing me out.
I was
All
not
you were
stressing you
doing
out.
was walking around, making messes, and saying, oh my God, you have this to do. Oh my God, you have that to do. Oh my God, you have that to do.
Wait a second. I was making messes? What am I? Am I like
leaving messes everywhere?
2-year-old child?
And then every time I looked up, you were like, hey, I need you to do this for me. Hey, I need you to do that for me. Hey, when are you going to do this? When are you going to do that?
That was the way that you were taking it. That was not what was being said.
Did you not say that you wanted to be a part of making this less stressful?
I was, yes. That was my intention.
And I was just like, dude, all you're doing is stressing me out. Whatever this
is there anything I could have done or said that would not have been stressing you out at that point? Because you were already in a state of stress.
I actually wasn't as stressed out. I was getting stressed out because you were saying, well, you have to do this, so I'll do that. Or you really need to sit there and do that, so that, and I'll just go over here and make this mess real quick.
Wait a second. We're back to these messes. These messes have nothing to do with it.
Every time I got up, the kitchen was a disaster.
Really?
There was shit everywhere.
Well, then you could have said, well, one of the things that you could really do is, you
clean up after yourself, bitch. If this is your way of supporting and making things less stressful for me, please stop.
It's the thought that counts, Tracy.
No, it's not.
No, see, Tracy does not believe that, folks.
I don't believe that.
She does not believe that thoughts count.
Why don't you make what you're doing count? Why don't you think about what you're actually doing and make that count? Because I was like, dude, are you stressed out? Or is my schedule stressing you out? Are you stressed out for me? Because maybe you were like sin eating my stress. Because it was like, I don't know what was happening, but finally I was just like, yeah, I don't need this help from you.
Well, my intentions were good, folks. And I'll stop making messes in the kitchen.
Doubt it.
It's hard not to get romantic about movies. Thanks for listening to Married to Movies. Jon and Tracy will meet you for breakfast tomorrow.